You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. We have some special guests that was supposed to be here, but one came on time this morning.
One.
He came early.
He came actually an hour early.
This empty chair is supposed to be for Remy Martin.
Right. But
she's not here yet.
She's not. Remy Ma's not here, but Fat Joe is. Good morning, sir.
Hey, yo, what's up?
Now y'all got the joint album coming. Is this what you're going to have to deal with?
Nah, I told y'all behind the scenes that she actually been real professional and showing up in time. I'm actually really praising her and really impressed, you know, how she's been moving as a businesswoman. But, you know, she got caught up in traffic. You know what I'm saying? It's none. She be here in a couple of minutes. Yeah, you know, I know the importance, you know what I'm saying, of being to the Breakfast Club on time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could tell y'all something y'all don't know. And like,
What's that?
I was on an Emirates flight to Dubai, and one of the Arab chicks that works there.
Emirates flight is the flight with the bar inside.
I never been on one of those.
For rich people.
It's some fancy. Something fancy.
Your bedroom and all that. But the point is, they have a section where the employees, like the stewardess, you know, they chill and rest or whatever. So I'm passing by, the curtains open. I'm a little nosy, and I look, and the chick is watching y'all show on the computer, nigga. Wow. I'm over this going to Dubai. I'm like, yo, these lit. Like, yo, they on the Emirates going to Dubai flight with the computer on. I was like, yo, they look serious right now.
Shout out to Emirates. Don't be afraid to bring
global.
the Breakfast Club on the flight. You know what I'm saying?
There you
to
go.
Dubai.
Nah, that's crazy, bro. That was crazy. That was shocking for me. Like, cause you know, it's real conservative and all that.
Right.
What was shocking to me was how you and Remy Ma got back together, because it was a nasty split.
Yeah, I remember you saying you would never forgive Remy Martin because she hurt your feelings.
When she hurt me bad though. Like I possibly never been hurt more.
Really?
You know? Yeah.
And you've been through some wars in the streets, so that's saying a lot.
Nah. It was because there's some wars that's not physical.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like when you wear your heart, when you bring your heart to it. Like, she's my little sister, so if she was here, I wish I could have told you in front of her, but she was my little sister. So Remy, she lived with me for 3 years. Like, sleeping on the tour bus, going everywhere with us. Nobody really knew who she was like that. And, you know, I'm grooming her. You know, I ain't letting talk to her, like treating her like a straight
Like
sister.
family.
Right.
So that, you know, once we got to the point where we became successful and leaned back really blue, and I'm doing this, she's doing that, you know, people in her ear, whatever the case may be. And you know, so when that went happened and that went down, you know, that was like the camel, the straw that broke the camel's back or whatever have you, where I was just hurt. And then I could have signed Rick Ross. I could have, because of my breakup with her, I could have signed Rick Ross. I could have signed Pitbull. Like, really.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? I was just so turned off by what had happened that I was like, yo, you know what? I'm never messing with artists again in my life.
That's crazy.
You done messed that Pitbull up, because you see Pitbull.
You know the thing about
Pitbull's
Fat
like
Joe? You don't
God right now, man.
you don't get the credit for, like, your scouting abilities when it comes to talent.
I'm a serious scouter, man, because my thing is all about like bringing pillars to the community. You know what I'm saying? If I discover Cool and Dre, they do all them game albums. They legends. You know, Khaled, my little brother, he's a Beatle right now.
Khaled will not stop.
Beatle. You know what I'm saying? Or LV, super producer, or Remy Ma. You know, she's still competing. She's back with this album right here. She's definitely in a heavy conversation of female rapper of the year, male or female. She went so bad on this album that it's crazy. So you got Remy, you got Big Pun. You know, I discovered him outside of a bodega.
Yeah.
A fatter Puerto Rican dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who'd have thought that dude would have been, you know, he's on my top 5.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So lyrically, but it's just a lot of people, you know, I'm not bringing nobody to you. So the point is, Joe Crack ain't with novelty rappers and shit.
Yeah.
So when I knock on your door, you be like, yo, let him in.
Right.
You turned down Eminem 6 times, I heard.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, man.
Joe, you just named about $300 million you left on the table.
Yeah,
Between
I fucked up,
Pitbull,
man.
Way more than that.
I messed up bad. You know what I'm saying?
So what happened? He was getting his demo, or
I didn't really know. You know, Eminem, he's always been a beautiful person with me. And one time we was having dinner, and he was like, yo, I gave you my demo 6 times. He knew everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like Jack the Rapper, Atlanta. How can I be down? This, that. I was in Jersey. I gave you that. I was like, what the shoot myself on the spot.
I'm not gonna lie, because I knew Eminem back then when he was doing all the Lyricist Lounge, and he used to give everybody his demo, and a lot of people felt like they didn't know what to do with a white rapper.
He was a skinny white boy with the well, he was with the outsiders, the
yeah,
black dudes with the
all the
dreadlocks.
yeah.
That nigga was so skinny. One time he performed. I watched him perform one time, and they was holding him by his shirt, and he was going off. He was almost like falling off the stage, and just holding the back of his shirt like so he won't fall. He was really Slim Shady.
Right.
But major mistake. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Sometimes I look at rappers. Rappers are just different authors. Like everybody has their own technique and their own point of view. So like if we said this book is called The Backside of whatever, I would have my perspective on what this backside means to me. But you would rap and it would be some other shit.
Right.
And you would rap and it would be something else. So it's just everybody's, perspective on the same thing that's happening. So maybe I ain't see it, at the time. But I remember me and Big Pun, and I know my brother Pun, he got big ego, but the truth is, I remember me and Big Pun waiting, on Sunset Boulevard for the Eminem album 11:59 online when the first came out to go buy it, as fans, like, you know what I'm saying? So
it is hard though for artists, because a lot of artists do give out their demos, and what makes you ever want to listen to it? You know what I'm saying? Because you probably get
so much trash out there that it was like, and it won't stop. The trash won't stop. So I'm sure.
Oh, I know.
We've all hold up. No, no. Forget demos. You've been let down by who you seen try to rap, right? Like you be like, not my man, Killer OGA Smack. You're like, not the 3 teardrops on his side. What is he? He wait to 40 to start rapping? No. Like you be like, yo, Joe, I got a demo, son. You be like, no, please, just stay killing people, please, man.
Now, do you think Pitbull would have been Pitbull if he'd have signed with you? Because Pitbull wasn't the pop guy back then.
No, let's not. I think he. Listen, first of all, please, I had an opportunity. That's all I'm saying. Pitbull is a genius. He created his own lane. I can't take no responsibility. Like, I don't know. Pitbull, he's the man.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And in fact, he told me one time I sat down with him as a brother, and he was just like, and I was like, yo, Pit, man. I said, you're so smart. He said, yeah, I learned off of all your mistakes.
Wow.
Damn it, man.
Nah, real talk. So I looked at him, and I was like this. And then he told me, he said, you should have signed me. You should have signed Ross. You should have signed this. You shouldn't have signed that. You ain't want to. And I was sitting there with this. I was like,
I'm about to tear a little bit.
You had Miami. Like, you had half of Miami
before
in your
anybody
hand.
moved out there.
yeah.
He's like, don't remind me.
Now, how was you and Remy's that initial conversation of that beef squashing? How was that conversation? I mean, because it was thick.
Well, what happened is, I fake hated her at I love Remy. Like, that's my sister. Like, I really love her.
Right.
And so I was fake mad at her. I didn't really know. It's like you argue with your family member. And so she reached out to me. I'll never forget. Like, it's like when you heard a record for the first time. Like, I remember where I heard Bridges Over the first time, or Run DMC Is Like That, or Flavor in Your Ear. Like, it's certain records that you know where you was at. Right. I know where I was at when she gave me the call. Right, I was in Miami, a couple of blocks from my house. So it picks up and it was like, all right, you got a call. And then it was like, she was like, yo. And I was like, yo. I knew the voice immediately. Right. I was like, yo. And she was like, what's up? And I'm like, what's up? And I'm like, hey, yo, Rem, like, what do you want? You calling me?
You think it's for beef? You think
I'm like, you calling me? Get to it. Right. Like, what's going on? No, I think that we should be family again. I was like, and I was just like, yo, I was like, come on, man, I love you. That was it. She broke down on the phone, and it just felt great. I was just like, and I was just like, wow, Like, I ain't never think that was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I prayed for her all the time, though. Still, like, you know what I'm saying?
And she said Papoose really wanted you guys back together again.
Papoose the greatest husband on the earth.
Without question. He make all us look
This
bad.
guy's man, please. Stop.
Like, stop, bro.
Black love, man. It's killing me, man.
Even when I watch Love and
boy.
Hip Hop, and he's like, you know, you got to be careful the people you have around you. He's very.
I used to hate reality shows because women start looking at that and start, you know, you got your wife in the crib and she looking at this thinking that's what it is. Like, well, that's not what it is. But now I really hate reality shows because we have a positive guy, Papoose, on there. He's destroying us right now. You know what I'm saying?
No, it really did help out Love and Hip Hop for them to go on there, though.
They need their own show, though.
Yeah.
It helped
They
out
need their
the
own
friend
show.
because a lot of times people would be like, oh, I can't watch it, it's ratchet, blah, blah, blah. But then you see them and you're like, okay, they did bring, you know, a different element.
You know, I just get terrified because the woman is still on papers and
you don't want her to be in a situation.
I don't want to get in trouble. And like the other day, I'm watching the thing, and I think it was a joke allegedly, because probation might be looking or something. But she was like, road rage. I will get out the car and park this bitch right now. I'm like, no! I'm screaming at the phone like, no! So, you know, but yeah, he's phenomenal guy when it comes to her. And I love her so much that I learned to love him because of love he got from my sister. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Well, how was that conversation? Because y'all got
Y'all
physical at one time.
came to blows.
We not. Listen, guys.
I never heard of stop.
Listen, guys. Stop, Charlie. Yo, stop.
I
Just stay positive.
Who won that
Stop.
fight?
Oh, come on, please. Stop. So what I'm saying is we didn't even have to have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as she could, like, he's a husband, bro. You know what I'm saying? She my little sister from day one, but things are different. Like, he's a husband, right? So, you know, since day one she came out of jail, she came to see me. She came with him. And I was just like, yo, what's up? She was like, oh, thank God. Like, you know what I mean? These guys said, what's up? Everything cool. And since there, you know, we vibe and you know, we super cool. You know, I would like to think that I'm super cool with Pat.
I saw you on. I don't know what Nori got now. Is that a radio show?
podcast.
I don't know.
It's a podcast.
Nori
It's a
did
podcast.
something.
He's
Yeah.
worse than you guys. It's violence. I cannot, first of all, Nori's too real. And then Joe Crack's too real, and we cannot do it. I think 30 times in that podcast, I was telling them I can't come up here no more. Like, we gotta stop. We gotta. They're talking about rappers washing his socks and shit like that. I said, yo, Nori, you gotta stop.
Nori sent me a
like,
video.
Nori, you got to stop. Like, it's not good for us. Like, it's not good for me and you doing this podcast ever again.
I'm not gonna say who it was.
Because he put me on the spot talking. Joe, remember the time you smacked such and such? I was there.
That's
I'm like,
Nori.
yo,
That's
stop.
Come on.
Joe's like, Nori, stop.
Yo.
And Nori don't like when you put him on the spot.
Nori love
Oh.
it. Nori love it.
Nori, remember when you shot?
Nori sent me the audio and said, yo, did I go too far? I'm like, yeah. No. I think
I'm
you might
not
take
coming.
that the wrong way.
I told him 30 times in a row. I said, yo, I'm not coming to this place again. I love you. I worship you. You're one of my best friends on the planet Earth. I cannot be a part of this.
That's
No,
Nori.
he's crazy.
No,
Nah,
he's
Nori's
crazy.
out of control. But you said on there that Pat wasn't feeling the idea of Remy coming to Miami.
Well, he's a husband.
Yeah.
And, you know, anybody got a wife and, you know, he don't really know us like that. So I'm telling her, yo, come to Miami. Let's finish this album. Let's do it together. Because the best chemistry, the way we work best together is with each other and feed off each other. And can't nobody throw a battery in Remy's back like Joe Crack.
Right.
So I'm up in there like, yo, we going bad with this. So he comes to I had to come to New York. We did the whole album. Shout out Cool and Dre. They executive produced the whole album with me. And we sat over there and we worked in Miami. I came up here to Heat Maker Studio in Manhattan. Remy was comfortable there, Times Square and all that. So we got a day in. We got a second day in, and Papoose was like, yo, Joe, man. Because, by the way, the album's phenomenal.
Nah, that single
I'm-
hard.
no,
We all
I'm
sat
talking
there
about
and listened to
that.
this first
No,
single
I'm
all the
talking
way
about
up together.
Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Kanye, Jay-Z, Fat Joe, Remy. This is phenomenal. This album is a phenom. Trust me.
Yeah.
This is just one. It's going down. And let that June hit, every car bumping this in them streets in New York or wherever. This crazy, man.
And you gonna do this independent?
Yeah, this independent, bro.
Well, your own again.
Yeah, but and
You
then
like independent?
I love it. Because I ain't got nobody. First of all, I ain't got no white guy behind door number one. Number two is, I like betting on myself. And Remy's actually my business partner. She's not my artist with this. She's my partner with this. So we going in as partners. I feel like it's best for everyone to feel like they're going to get paid together and let's just go get this money. You know what I'm saying? Rather than you lesser than anybody.
Right.
Let's just go get this together. She's a great businesswoman right now, but I want to leave Destiny. I want to put up my own money for my radio, my video, my this and that. And if it fails, I know I did what I had to do it.
Right.
Rather than somebody else looking at me in my face, lying to me, talking about they spending such and such dollars on promotions that never exist.
You had to serve some time for tax evasion.
Yeah, last time we saw you, you was about to go in. Matter of fact.
What happened with the taxes at the time? What got effed up for anybody out there listening, any other artists out there, so they know not to go that direction?
Well, what happened to me and every artist, not just every artist, every American, it's your responsibility to stay on top of your own taxes. So with the way the law is, I had an accountant that I was sending them wires to pay my taxes and my bills every month. The guy wasn't doing it. I went to get a car, and when I went to get a car, the guy, the fax report came.
Hey.
Oh, wow.
Reminisce.
Okay.
Damn, you look like you killed the whole.
Thank you.
You look like you killed the whole.
Call Peter.
Hey, what up, bro?
Call Peter. Yeah. Like,
What up, Ram?
What's up?
hey, y'all, man. We
don't
talking
want no
about
problems
taxes.
with
She walking in with the woolly mammoth, y'all. Damn.
Sorry
I
I'm
didn't know
late,
you
guys.
was getting all sexy
I was
on us.
all the way up. I could not
You
get
was
it
all-
down.
Boy, that's the stuff. So, long story short, I went to buy a car. Right? My credit was the greatest in the world. And homeboy told me, hey, you need to be sitting down for this. I was like, what do you mean? And he was just like, yo, you ain't pay your mortgages. You ain't pay your cars. I was like, what? So I called the dude up. And the dude like, please don't kill my family. I was like, I never said I'm killing your family.
Right.
I send you money. I was more embarrassed than anybody.
Right, because it's going to be in the
So
news.
no,
everybody's
forget the
gonna know,
news.
and
I'm Fat Joe,
gonna lose
nigga.
it.
The guy in the dealership, he ready to give me the whole lot. I'm like embarrassed. Like it never happened to me in my life. So the next day, the guy sent over like 300-something thousand to my. I already knew he was like a Ponzi scheme. He probably stole it from somebody else. He was scared, but when we presented them and we contacted the IRS, I said, look, we realized this guy, they was like, hold up. There's no way out for you. This is criminal. This is going down. And we contacted them. So, and it's a big problem, man. Like, I'll advise no one to ever get in trouble with the IRS because it feels like a never-ending battle.
Worse than the feds?
It is the feds.
Okay.
And then what happens is, so basically, I paid all the money I was supposed to do. And when I paid it, it was like, congratulations, you paid it. But
You still
here's your
get-
penalties.
Right.
Damn.
We didn't think you could do that, but great job. But here you go. Have fun trying to get this one off, too. So it's almost like a never-ending battle. So I advise everybody, you rather want 20 guys shooting at you than you not paying them taxes and getting on
Remy's
top
like,
of that. It's a very serious situation.
We got to do our taxes
You
next
look
week.
stunning right
She
now.
does.
I'm almost not mad at you no more.
Now, Ram,
He said he got to start giving you an earlier time.
We got to
now.
do the rap. She's been professional.
Yeah, you said that
with
every time.
everything.
I'm gonna tell you what happened today was I had to take
In the
my
mic,
son
Ram.
to-
In the mic.
I had to take my son to school. He goes to school and this private school in Flushing in Queens. So I had to take him to school and there was traffic over there. And then I had to come back and it was like everywhere I went, I just got caught in
That's the
every
worst feeling.
single traffic possible, like known
Yeah.
to man. It was just like, and I left early enough. I left like an hour ahead.
Right.
And I don't know. it was
Sometimes you just can't
It
control
was so, but God was on my side. Like I was speeding, weaving through the cars. Like they probably thought I was like Danica Patrick or something like that. The cops were in front of me, like in a Taurus or something. I didn't know. They threw their flashes on in front of me, like easy.
Calm.
Chill out. Yeah.
Like we could pull you over right now, but you're doing a great job. So calm down.
That's all that matters. We asked Joe this. We heard Joe's side of the story. How did y'all get here? Because there was a time when Joe said he'd never forgive you. Ever.
He didn't mean that when he said that. He was just talking because he had lips. He didn't mean that. The thing is, we should have never got where we were. Let's just start with that. It should have never went that way ever in a million years. And it took me to be away from everything that I love and that I wanted to be with and that I cherish to really sit down and think about the people that I felt were important to my life, not that I thought were important to that really made an impact on my life and that I loved and I cared about. And when it was time for me to start coming home, I just really didn't want to come home and still not be cool with him and still like have any type of ill feelings for bad decisions that I made prior to, the person that I am now. Like I made a lot of bad decisions, and the beef with me and Joe was definitely one of them. And I didn't want to come home and still have that. Like I felt like I fixed every other bad decision, and that really needed to be fixed. And I'm happy that we were able to do that because it's like we didn't miss a beat at all. Like,
was the intent to just fix it, or was the intent to, okay, we got to get back in the studio?
It never even crossed my mind about music. It wasn't even about music at all, period. It was deeper than that. It was just like I wanted my brother back.
Why didn't you sign anybody when you first came home? Because everybody was knocking.
Because I really didn't know what was going on. You understand? Like I'm the type of person, like if I get into something, I want to know the ins, the outs, the unders, the on tops, like everything. I want to know about it. And I was gone for a long time. I really didn't know what was going on. And people tell me, no, you should come over here. This is great. No, you should do this. This is fantastic. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not doing anything. Let me just sit back for a minute, see what's going on, map it out, and figure out for myself what is best for me. Because everybody felt like they knew what was the best thing for me. But on top of all of that, no one like really realized like real life was happening. Like I had to do things like with my family, with my husband, with just me, like get a license, I was, for the first 3 months, I literally did not have an ID card. I was still walking out with my prison ID. So
it's like it's wanted her with a red bandana spitting at the judge fresh out of jail.
Right.
Like they wanted the girl Tupac. They was like, oh, she gonna dumb out right now.
Nah, but Pac
It's gonna
came
get
home and Pac was
crazy.
good. Like I still got 3 more years on paper. Like they had a feeling that it wasn't safe to just let me come home and just be.
Now the name of the album is Money or Bullets, though.
Yeah, plata su plomo.
Yeah, being that you're on parole, do you feel, can you spit that hard stuff like that?
I mean, I could say what I want as long as I don't act on it. Everything is fine.
First of all, I'll say it again. We are definitely the realest duo to ever do it.
Yeah,
ever.
I don't
in the
even like
history
seeing
of
y'all together.
mankind.
Y'all are real fans.
Hold up.
Y'all are real
Yo, let me explain something to you. But guess what? This entertainment, and it's been proven time and time again that what we do, we are no different than Scorsese or anybody else. We just write music entertainment. I'm actually a loving father. I'm actually like a dance dad. Like I take my daughter to her dance classes.
Uber driver like me.
You see me dancing when I'm an Uber driver. I'm an Uber driver, Joe. And I'm doing the kid and play dance with her. Like,
Joe,
I'm
stop.
going to
That
church.
is true now. But
No,
we've
it's
heard
the
the stories, throwing
I
people
know.
down steps.
Listen,
Allegedly.
allegedly, everything's alleged. But what I'm saying to you is, we just making music, and we love to make gangster rap music. That's fact. I go to church, and I be like, and I tell them too. I love God. I'm just a gangster rapper. Just nothing. It pours out of us, and it definitely pours out of her.
Are you guys planning to do a tour for the album too?
I'm sure we're gonna be doing a lot of the way I feel is like we magical. How did y'all like the single?
I loved it.
Yeah,
We were all in
As soon
here
as I heard
listening
the
to it
beat,
together.
I said, what's that?
He didn't even know who it was. He didn't even know who it was. He was like, what's that?
And he was like, yo, that's the new Joe and Remy. Before y'all even started rapping, just that beat is crazy.
I mean,
Shout out my brother Infrared.
I'm just looking forward to actually traveling with him, and we're on planes.
Right.
Like
It used
You
to
don't
be
fly.
on
You still-
I
he
fly
flies now.
Of course I fly.
So when you
but
gonna get
Flies
Khaled
now.
over his fear of flying, what did you do?
I'm just trying to tell him how much money he's missing out on.
Envy said he happy that
That's
Kelly don't
good.
fly everywhere so he can go
See, you
get
know
his
what?
check.
So I can go get that money.
He called me Envy. I'm there. I'm flying.
He throw the turban on, he's Muslim, he's gone.
Right.
How'd you get over it? You just
Oh, well, what happened with me was several things. What really happened with me was because of Khaled, right? So there's two ways to skin this cat. The first one was Khaled had caught some beef over me. And he was in Puerto Rico, and he was like, keeping it a buck. My little brother, he was blowing up my phone like he really thought they was going to do something to him, right? So I'm driving back to New York from Miami. I used to do that. Like, that was like going from Harlem to the Bronx, swear to God, 5 times a week. It was a joke. And I just felt like a sucker. I was looking out the window, and I'm really boots on the ground, no man left behind. So I'm like riding, and it's 4 hours later, and it's 3 hours later, and I'm just like, yo, you's a sucker, bro. You's a punk, man. You scared to go on there, because I was scared of flying so much. So I called my man. He had the private plane in Jersey, and I'm like, yo, I said, you're private? You got your private? He was like, yeah. He been trying to get me fly forever.
Right.
To fly, and I was like, yo, it's in Jersey. He was like, yeah. So I drove all of that, went to Jersey, jumped on the private with like 10 niggas, and we went to Puerto Rico on the flight. And the whole seminar was bugging out. Like, they knew Fat Joe don't fly. They might have heard rumors just trying to press Khaled. We was over there like, sup? Where's Sat, y'all? Where's Sat? Where they at? Who won it? Why? Everybody's like, oh my God, they're here. Like, you know what I mean? But
yeah, he didn't have to drive to dance practice that day.
You don't think flying private is scarier than flying on commercial, though? I've never been on a private jet, but I feel like it seems like it's
Envy
scarier.
should just put you on his, man. What you talking about?
I feel like it'd be scarier because it's a smaller
It's
plane.
slightly scarier, but you know, you want to sit in the right one.
Let me
I
tell you
wouldn't
this.
get on the
He's scared of small planes, but he's even more scared of really big planes, like the ones that take you like to Japan, like the air buses that are crazy.
Terrible.
He's like,
Emirates,
this is too big.
It's too big.
We're gonna fall
Nah,
out the
it's too
sky. Like,
big.
like he needs to be
natural.
right in the middle.
I went on a
Crazy.
plane recently. It was Singapore Air. They had bedrooms, real bedrooms on the top. I was in the first class, and they had coach on the 3 floors. It was like a building, a mall.
That's crazy.
I was, before we was taking a, like, this going down. This is too heavy. This is too heavy. I'm looking out the window. I'm like, yo, it's incredible. There's no way it's going. Hey, yo, Pat Post, what's up, man?
Pap!
Hey, come over here, man. You know you ain't never been shy at
Morning.
cameras. Yeah, I feel like Pap got the stylist this morning. They shit on me. I came on early. Little sweatshirt.
Now, Rem, speaking of Pap, did you make the men sit down and iron things out because there was a little situation between Joe and Pap?
You
at
know
one
what was
point?
so crazy? It wasn't even necessarily like a official sit down. Okay, you say your piece. You say it was just like I think they both realized how much each other loves me. Like Joe, like can't nobody front like this guy loves me. Like I had my sister with me for the first time yesterday. She met him. She was like, he really loves you. Like she's like he sees it. And this was like my biggest hater in the world. Like I couldn't do nothing until like his mom was like, no one's fucking my girl rapper. Like it was like blocking all day. So for him to actually meet somebody and feel like he's like, Rem, he's the perfect guy for you. Like he loves you. So I think both of them with the feelings that they had for me, let them put aside anything. And they both expressed how they wish like none of that ever happened. And that was my fault too. It's like when you want to beat up your little sister,
Right.
but you can't, so you want to fight her boyfriend.
Right.
Like it's like one of those type
Exactly
of
what
situations.
happened.
It's like, yo, I want to kill her, but I can't. You know what? She likes him. That's it. So like, and it was like stupid. Like I feel like if I was there, it would have never happened.
And you're the
Like,
biggest instigator ever. You used to be the biggest instigator. You would instigate fights all the place. Everywhere you would instigate fights.
you know
She's
what?
on parole, Envy.
That was
Envy-
before I said
Envy-
before. Before.
Envy is talking about this one little incident where we were just trying to get
No, it's
out of
not one
somewhere.
incident.
There was not one incident.
There's
There's a lot.
10,000
There's
incidents.
a million incidents.
All right. You know what it is? I like to watch violent movies. You know what I'm saying? But it's nothing better than watching it right in front of you. Like, oh my God, look, the main character right now. Like he's about like so. If I was the ultimate put the battery in the back,
Absolutely.
and it worked. But see, I'm changed now.
That's
Now I'm
good.
just like peaceful
right.
and calm, and I don't want any problems. You know,
I was telling her the other day, I seen a road rage on the snap.
Yeah.
No! I was looking at the phone like, don't do it. She and her words, her vocabulary is terrible. She was like, you know what? I'm going to pull over and park this bitch. I said, oh my God, don't park her. I'm like, yo, Red, don't park her.
I just
Like,
that's
yo.
how I feel when I'm in my car by myself, and I'm just thinking. Those are my inner feelings. I don't actually let them out. You know,
You scream
I've
with the
learned-
window up.
Yeah. But not for nothing. If y'all would have seen how this lady was cutting me, she was being mad, annoying, cutting me off, and then she didn't want to look at me. If she would have just looked at me, I'd have felt a little bit better because I'd have cursed her out through the window, and that would have been that. She was sitting there like,
I don't see
Straight
it.
ahead, like she didn't do
hate
nothing.
that.
I couldn't believe it.
Now,
Like,
let me ask you this: with
that.
Love and Hip Hop progressing like it has, how do you feel about the show and how you and Papoose look and everything happening?
I think we look exactly like how we are. A lot of times people say like, oh, you go on those shows, you're gonna like this, you're gonna look however you behave in front of the cameras. Or how a lot of people, they get on these shows and they act how they think they should act on reality TV, or how they think people want to see them act.
Right.
Like, I'm pretty sure there was pretty mad people that wanted me to go in there and be like, yo, I know Rem gonna be on there crazy, turn up. Like, I'm not really like that all day. Like, it actually has to have something that happens. Like, I'm just not like a live wire all the time.
Yeah,
for
like
no
when you
reason.
told that girl that what you said, I'll drag you out of here.
That's Envy and
Okay.
Angela friend.
I'm like a stenographer. Hey yo, I'm like, hey yo.
That's
hey,
your
yo,
friend?
Em.
What?
Yo, Em, I'm like a
That's
stenographer.
I know why that's your friend.
You know why that's their
That's
friend.
Shaz
I
and-
tell you, I don't do that.
Shout out to all the scammers out there. Thank you. Shout out to them.
Now does Pat police your lyrics the way he like polices your life? Like,
No, he tried a couple of times, but then I just started pulling out songs that he did while I was gone, talking about, oh, Shorty did this to me. And I was like, really? Did that really happen? Or is that just a lyric? I just want to know. And, then he left me alone after that.
Rem be real specific,
He left
bro.
me
She
alone.
remembered that one. She
No,
held
she
that one.
remembers. She knows stuff.
I just wanted to
She
know.
really look into stuff.
No, but you
So
can't
it's
just
entertainment,
you can't
bro.
just bring it up when it happens. You have to
Yo,
hold
let
it
me
for
tell you
situation.
something. Let me tell you something that happened to me the other night, right? I'm like, oh man, yo, Pat, please, forgive me for this one, right? So the other night we debuted a song, Sus One debuts it. We went to house, we went to Red Cafe joint. Pretty Lou, my brother Pretty Lou, he hot in the strip club, so stopped the music. So me and Remy come up in there and movie. So I'm hanging out with Remy 3 hours, right? So she's my sister. I never look at her at all. Like, other than she coming with a grizzly bear, obviously. I don't look at her. Like, we talking like, brothers and sisters. So we get outside. She was like, yo, let's take this pic for the gram. I said, all right. So I take the pic. I posted everything. The next day I look at the pic. She got some seat. I'm like, what the she was wearing, man? What she's wearing right now, man? What the f***'s going on here? I didn't see this outfit. Like, they was standing there with me for 3 hours. I was like,
notice.
I didn't see this, man.
Crazy.
now what role did the spirit of Big Pun have on this project?
I think Big Pun is always he's always around me. I feel like a lot of times where I was in certain type of situations and I had to make decisions, it's like I hear puns in the voice like, well, what I would do is like, especially when I'm in the booth, I always hear like, no matter what song you on, I don't care who you doing it, where you going there, you murder, you try to kill everybody on the whole song. So, I always have that energy, and like people look at me as somebody that comes from him. So I don't never want to put out something that's like mediocre. It's like, oh, yo, she was hot when Pun put her on, but, I don't know what happened. He's rolling over in his grave. Like, I don't want anybody to ever say that. So I always go 150%.
What about for you?
Well, Pun taught me how to rap. I like
Did he?
Yeah. So I started before him, and I put him in the game, but it wasn't until I went to the Pun School of Arts that I realized how to make hit records and all that. Before that, I was just underground killing. I was straight MOP, the Puerto Rican MOP, my albums. But Pun would sit me down and be like, yo, twin, we gotta be the illest crew. No, this is what we gonna do. And then he literally would sit me there and be like, yo, you gotta talk about girls right now. Right now we gotta talk about this. We gotta talk about that. Yo, chill, B. Right now this is how we do it. Nah, man, you trying to cheat. This is how they. And people ain't understand that I was learning so much from him. Like literally out 10 hours, like looking at each other like, yo, this, that. He cared that much that he wanted the crew to be the best, that he wanted me to step my game up. So he taught me everything from A to Z. Like, so there really probably isn't no flow I really can't catch if I want to catch.
Yeah.
Cause I was doing badada with Pun. So it's like when you trying to, how are you? I'm catching everything because I already caught. It's like Kung Fu. I'm catching the blades, coming like, so I already been to that school. So when everybody was doubting me when he passed away, they didn't know what I knew. I had a wealth of knowledge. I was like, oh no, we about to get these dudes. they don't know what I'm about to do to them. So he pretty much taught me how to write.
And he introduced you to Rem, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
man.
You remember that first time?
What, I was sick, bro. I was sick. He come to me, he go, yo, twin, I found a girl artist. I'm like, yeah, she my artist. I said, all right. Remy come in, she got the leather vest in, she fresh off the street. All I remember, she says it's Sony. It was like a wood studio. I don't know where we was at. And she rapped for like 10 minutes. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so jealous and sick because I didn't discover her. So I'm like,
With the ice grill, no lie.
shoot out the air bubble in your speakers, out your sneakers. I'm trouble. I'm like, and I'm Rye's sister. And Rye taught me to go get him. And this, and I'm like, oh my God. Like,
Damn.
so I'm like, so I'm listening to, I'm like, so Pun's like, yo, what's up, twin? What's up, twin? What's up? He was like, yo. I was like, yo, she phenomenal, B. And he was like, yo, don't worry, twin. She signed to me, but she's your artist. We doing it through you. I was like, thank God! She got a different version of it.
He was sitting there ice grilling me like this. Like after I'd heard the story after, it made more sense.
It made sense.
But the whole time I'm rapping, and he's just like grilled up, and I just didn't understand it because normally when I rap and I'm rapping like, and God did just like
People
in
go crazy.
amazement and
Yeah.
awe. So it was like shocking to me. But
It was crazy.
I say 48 hours after that day, I literally was on the set of the video with him and Pun and Jennifer Lopez, like just watching everything go down. Like it wasn't no matter of time after I met Pun that it was just like, all right, this is our little sister. This was gonna happen. Like I started meeting everybody. It was just crazy because I'm from the Bronx.
How did you meet Pun?
I just accidentally, like on some happenstance, he lived around the corner from my mom.
The Breakfast Club. Every weekday morning. Tune in. You're watching The Breakfast Club.
How did you meet Pun?
I just accidentally, like on some happenstance, he lived around the corner from my mom.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of those people that had millions and millions of dollars, double platinum, Grammy nominated, and just wanted to live in the hood. Thankful for me.
Chimpanzees, $10,000 dogs.
Did he hear about you or did you approach him?
No,
like-
somebody that was just happy. He was the type of person that like he never locked his door. It was just like 50 people, random people. Oh, come on. Oh, sure, you live across the street. Come on in. My wife's cooking in the kitchen, like type of situation like that. And somebody that just happened to be there was going to the store for something, and I was over by the store with one of my friends. They was like, yeah, I'm over at Pun's house, and they was like, hey, my friend right here, she rap. He was like, yeah, come rap for Pun. And I went and I rapped for him. He was just like, yeah, that's dope. What else you got?
Yo, we the worst.
Just trying to make sure like I had more in my arsenal. He was like, all right, cool, here, give me a number, whatever. And the next day, I came home from school, and I'm sitting there in my room. My grandmother was like, answer the phone. She's just like, yo, somebody's on the phone. I don't know. He's talking like he got something in his mouth or something. I don't understand nothing. Because like if you didn't be around him, you really don't understand what he's saying because he talks so fast and he mumbles.
He got marbles in his mouth.
So she was like, I don't know. They got something in their mouth, whatever. I get on the phone. I'm like, who's this? She's like, yo, I'm downstairs. I'm like, downstairs where? He's in front of your house. I went downstairs and he's in front of my house. And it was
Big
pretty
Pun,
much,
man.
That's dope.
that's it. Every day he was in front of my house after I went to school picking me up.
Now, do you regret Remy's first album? Because Remy had everything lined up: the singles, the street records, like everything was
everything,
there, but it didn't perform well.
Well, we could get into that one too. I got different theses for everything, right? Steve Rifkin and Loud, if it wasn't for Steve Rifkin, I would have never got rich. I would have never been successful. I never would have been a mogul. He took a chance with me. When I had a meeting with him with Pun, 20 different record execs said, don't meet with him. He's an extorter. He's a killer. He's a drug dealer. Don't give him a chance. And thank God he let me sign Pun to Loud, and then we've been successful ever since. So I went back to the guy I made most of my money with and I trusted the most. And I said, because everybody wanted Rem. And I was like, yo, Steve. He was like, I got you 1,000,000%. Now, I'm not throwing the blame on him. It probably been the higher-ups or whatever. But this was the guy who made me rich. So I'm looking him in the face and I'm believing him. And he was like, no, don't worry. It's going to blow. It's going to this. We're going to do the radio. We're going to do this. So she's putting wild pressure on me. And I'm coming back like, yo.
We good.
We good. Like 1,000,000%. We going, you know. They got us. We good. We good. And I didn't know what I know now with the independent game. If I knew what I knew now, we shoot our own videos, our own radio, we do all out there and we just go. We didn't know that. We was almost like enabled by the majors at the time. So I was believing what happened and it didn't perform. And then me being Fat Joe in the industry for 20 years point of view is sometimes some people got more luck than other people and it comes through easier. And some other guys, they work for it and then it happens. So maybe it could have been that people wanted to see more out of Rem to believe in her, so it could be whatever the case may be. But as we see her music test the time, any club you go to, any party you go to is ringing off and people going crazy for it. So she had the dope album. She had the right intentions.
Club records, radio records, everything.
I think
Everything.
The only issue, like now that I'm older, like I tell Joe all the time, like I was mad because I felt like he was the top. Like I felt like he had the power to make them do what I wanted them to do, and they pretty much was jesting him to death. Like they was doing it. Like I literally got banned from the every label I was signed to. I was banned from the office that I was signed to.
My wife got sued because her and Ram washed the chick in the record label and everything. It was crazy.
It used to be crazy because
I had to pay $80,000.
Like people was like chilling. Like it wasn't like I didn't feel like people believed in me. I'm saying like when you somewhere and you with people that believe in you, you're gonna get a whole different vibe than people that's just like, oh, okay, it's whatever. We'll see what happens. Let's throw it on wall. See if it's like I would literally go to the office and I would see posters and promotions all over the office. I would tear them down. Like, why y'all promoting in the office where everybody works there? We know what's coming out. Like this is supposed to be out and about. And when it came time for my album to come, they didn't send out enough copies. I guess they didn't believe that people were gonna buy them, so they didn't press them up. Like I literally had people bombarding me. Like I went to 50 different stores and it's not there. Like whatever, still rings off to this day. Conceded, still does what it does. The Feel So Good record with Neo, like
you
that was
get a video for
like
that.
Dope,
no,
right.
but see now the Feel So Good video with Neo, that was a different story. Neo, when we did the record, he wasn't signed yet.
Really? Oh.
Joe, we got into a big argument, me and Joe. Joe actually.
Oh no, I'm wrong on that one too.
He went and got married.
I met Neil. I was like, yo, come on, yo, Ram, that ain't going
He
nowhere.
went
Little
behind
big-
my
like,
back.
he's
Little
gonna
big
be
head
the
dude
man.
can say, but
He's gonna be the man. I was like, not that right there.
He was
Come
like,
on, stop.
believe me. I
Yo,
tell him
in
like,
his face, I'm the worst, bro. Like I got no luck, bro.
but I fought for it and he stayed on the record. Joe actually went behind my back, booked a whole session with Mario, had him sing the record over and everything. I found this out at a listening session for my album. The songs, I'm like,
That's not
Hey,
Neo.
that's Neo.
he's like, oh yeah, surprise. I went and got, like, what? Are you, like,
She was right.
Devastated.
Mario was dope too.
But-
She was right.
But my argument was this is the guy
heard that
that's writing
version.
Mario songs, but neither here nor there. Moving on along. I wanted to shoot the video.
Shout
by
out
time,
Neo. You're
yes,
incredible.
he's amazing.
By the
And
way.
he's really a good friend too. He reaches out all the time. Like
Nah,
we
he's
actually got
You could sign Neil too, Joe.
Yo, Neil, can you do a song with me?
We up to 700 million now of artists that you left on the stage.
He had a deal by the time it was time for me to shoot my video, and through Def Jam was putting out the Ghostface record, the Back Like That record that they had, and they shot that video. So
don't compete.
they didn't want to allow him to do my video because both of the records was out at the same time. And
So why not put out the remix version with Mario?
I was just so pissed off. I was crushed. I tell people all the time, like my favorite rapper is Jay-Z. And he was in charge of Def Jam at the time, so I felt like he
blamed him.
He did that to
single-handedly.
you?
I was like, does he know that I know all his songs? Why is he doing
yeah,
this
because that
to
was the
me?
rumor that
Jay-Z's
since Joe
president,
and
yeah.
Jay had beef, he wouldn't clear the
Like
Neos.
that, like that's. I kind of felt like that, but I just
never heard that
I
rumor,
just,
Charlamagne.
I just
Stop.
felt like.
I remember reading that.
Joe looked at me like, if you don't start today, this is not what we're
that
going today.
It's like I just felt like you know how, like when you're a fan of somebody, you feel like they know you and that they should know how much you love them. I'm like,
Right.
just over that, like he's supposed to be like, nah, let's let it rock. So we never even shot it. But like I said, a lot of people have, other artists that was out at the time and they like, oh, my album did this much and I sold this much. But they can't get a booking to save their life today. These records don't play at all. Period. Like, it's the truth. It is what it is. Like, I tell them to their face. Like,
You
that's
know,
what I
you're as good as your last hit in hip hop.
so-
And we were talking about that coming this way. That hip hop is almost like an unfortunate genre of music. Like you can still see Patti LaBelle getting 80,000 a show.
Absolutely.
Earth, Wind,
hip hop
and
throws
Fire.
away our classics.
Absolutely.
They throw them away.
Hip hop, like they
Absolutely.
don't appreciate, people who put in that work, and it's almost sad, man, because they leave somebody for dead. If you ain't a hustler, entrepreneur, knowing how to get money or whatever the case may be, you could really get caught up in the game with this hip hop thing. So it's like,
Good thing we're hustlers, entrepreneurs, and know how to get that
we
money.
got the hottest thing popping.
Let's talk
right
about
now.
the new album now. Now, how was recording this new album? We spoke to Joe already. He told us how it was. He had to come to New York. How was recording the
Yeah,
film?
say Pap didn't want you in the studio down in Miami.
It wasn't that he didn't want me. I was trying to explain to him, like, look, babe, I'll be back in a couple of weeks.
Charlamagne, hold
Why
up.
you gotta say it like that?
Put your standing
That's
here.
not what happened.
Listen, he's her husband, bro.
I said, who said that,
That's
man?
not how
He's her husband. He didn't want her with guys. He knows Joe, but he don't want that. And then when go ahead, you can answer.
What
but
happened
let's be clear.
I was supposed to go down to Miami. I'm like, yo, I'll be back. I'm going there for like a week or so.
Pap said no.
What was happening was at the time we was in the middle of filming, and our wedding was about 2 weeks away. So I would have came back about 3 days before the wedding. Let me just
Super
explain
dope
to you
wedding,
guys.
yeah.
My wedding was amazing.
Phenomenal.
Like outside of being a rapper, I'm a wonderful party planner.
Oh,
My
there you
wedding
go.
was amazing. Like, no one believed that I could do it though.
We could get
Like,
money.
I have yet to see anyone who attended my wedding or heard about it that didn't say that this was the most amazing
Phenomenal.
event,
And I've been to
extravagant
some
that
weddings.
they've ever been to in their entire
Phenomenal.
lives. Like, I just want to let that be known. So he was worried already that not only are you trying to single-handedly take on our wedding, you want to leave and come back 3 days before. So he kind of dubbed it a little bit. I could have been, the authority figure and be like, no, I'm going anyway.
But you could have been.
But, I love my husband and, I listen
Compromise.
sometimes
Right.
and I stay. Joe realized that, listen, she's not coming down here. I'm going to take her. He came, we set up a studio, and he pretty much had everything laid out. Okay, this is the song, this is the beat. This is like, it even went so far as to say, this is how I want you to rap to it. Fill in the words. Like, seriously. And about 10 years ago, I'd have looked at him like he was crazy.
No, she would have probably speared
First
me.
of all, I don't know who you think you're talking to. Like, my pen game is crazy. I know how to rap. You're not telling me but I'm different now. And I'm sure he noticed that the first time he was there. So we did the first record. And then he seen how easy that was. And we ended up doing about 2 more. Like, we were literally doing 2 and 3 records a night. I was done in probably about a week.
Dope.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
with everything that you
Let's
have
hear
going
Pap's
on.
side real quick, though. Is this Pap?
Pap ain't got no drink on him, right? Pap ain't got no drink on him.
Oh no, here we go.
Yeah, hold it.
Hold
Listen to
on.
Envy, y'all. Don't listen.
Because I heard you apologize to Joyce, right?
Oh man, listen. This is what happened. What happened was she came out of nowhere spontaneously, like, yo, listen, man. My brother called me. I got to go down here and do this album. I'm going for a week. The entire Love and Hip Hop staff from Mona on down was calling me like, Pat, please, what's going on? What if she means she leaving for a week? So I'm like, I'm going to take the hit. I'm like, yo, babe, you can't do it. I had to get cursed out and go through all the shenanigans. But I'm like, yo, how can you leave? We got a wedding coming up right here, and we got to film every day this week. How can you leave for a week? That's what happened. I
Okay,
wasn't
but what
angry.
happened when we got in that studio, though? What happened
Oh,
then?
man.
Oh.
I witnessed, I was happy that I got a chance to witness these two in action. Real talk. I'm not just saying it or being on no fakeness. Phenomenal.
This is
album.
from
When
the
y'all
guy
hear
that
it,
thinks
y'all
he's
gonna
the
be able
best
to see,
rapper in
like,
the world. I just want y'all to
hearing it
know.
from
He's
the
in his top
outside,
5.
growing up, but being in the studio and actually seeing them work, amazing, man.
Well, Pat,
Hearing it from a guy who considers
Amazing.
himself in the top
He
5
puts
rappers on
puts
earth.
himself in his own
Yes.
top 5.
He said the
So
album's
that's big.
phenomenal.
before you step away from the mic, you got Envy in trouble up here.
What happened?
All Pap was doing was making sure Self played Fat Joe and Remy's records when you dropped. All right? That's all Pap was doing, all right?
Yo, y'all's
man.
bad team.
Don't listen to
Actually,
them,
that's his friend. They talk all the time
Him
on the
himself?
phone. Like, yes, him himself talk.
Okay.
all
Did you
the
hear about
time.
this story, Joe?
No.
Do a drink on self.
I'm out
Because
here.
Self played too much down south music. And then Self started singing down in the DMs in front of Pap.
I'm going down there. He's like, all right, you got to get it.
Crazy.
So Remy,
Crazy.
Yo,
Shout out to
I
Yo
love-
Gotti. He's on my record. He's a great guy.
Nah, Yo Gotti's the best.
Remy, with everything you have
Shout
going
out to
on,
Self.
do you
Shout out to
think
Yo
that
Gotti.
Are y'all gonna do like your own show? You know, because you have so much going on outside.
I feel like everyone definitely wants to like. What you guys don't, we filmed so much more than what you guys actually were able to see. And I feel like it's such a more bigger dynamic
If
to
she
my
gets her
story
own
and to
show,
my
then
life.
Fat Joe really gonna be on the
First
show.
of all, I
she
got
forced me on Love and Hip Hop,
look,
B.
he doesn't
Like-
even know. Like they didn't even put. I had him go through there. They didn't even put that scene in. By the way, it didn't. Make
He
the
don't
cut.
even watch it.
Thank you.
It didn't make the cut. So
like
you're
they
safe.
forced me.
But
Say.
I was like, I never seen Joe on
but the whole time, well, he was at my wedding, so he'll be there. But the whole time, he's in front of the producers, in front of the people. That, oh my God, Rem, Love and Hip Hop. Seriously? They've been trying to get me for years. What am I doing here? Oh my God. I'm like, Joe, relax. It's not that serious. Oh my
Now, with that being
God,
said-
this girl. I'll do anything for you. I hope this shows what I'll do for you.
Now, with that being said, shout out to Mona Scott. She's a brilliant executive. My friend since the Violator days. And some of the people like Peter Guns, I love him very much. But you get worried in them situations.
Right.
I was happy for her because I knew how she was gonna do it, and also she been gone for 6-something years, bro. Right? She never even got to see Love and Hip Hop before she came out of jail. Right. So what happens was I knew it was a good enough platform for her to where not only her fans would be like, oh, Remy's really home, you know what I'm saying? And they get engaged with her and learn more about her. But at the same time, the younger kids, they got Google now. So when they go into that YouTube, they're like, oh, this girl spit. She was incredible. So it just like it's happening, I assume the way it's unfolding, and I think it was a positive space for them. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I always thought it was a great move for her. You know what I'm saying? I always thought it was a great move for her. As far as me, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm scared to death, man. I went to her wedding. I don't know if nigga flying over the balcony at me or something. I don't know what's going on.
I don't have that type.
I had shoes on. I'm like, all right, man. I got
don't
beef
have
for
that
like
type
40.
I don't feel like I bring the type of aura where someone to feel like they could throw a drink at me or, all the craziness that's associated with reality TV shows. I feel like this was a lot of people like, well, why did you do it? Because no lie, I came home doing my shows 5 figures out the door. Like, nope, I'm not coming. I'm not making this not happen. Like, everybody wants to sign me. Everybody wants to do my own show. And I'm like, I need people to understand that, okay, first of all, I'm a different Remy altogether. Anybody who's encountered me like, oh my God, you're so changed. I'm still the same me, but I'm more polished. I'm more, I'm more wise. I'm smarter. I'm older. And I needed people to see not just Remy Ma, the walk around the metal detectors, the I need them to see Remy Ma, the businesswoman. Remy Ma, the mother, the wife, somebody that's a real human person that's tangible that you can touch. And that's like, not crazy, because there are people that be like, yo, she's a convicted felon. She went to jail for shooting somebody. I don't want to work with her. Right. I don't want her in my venue. I don't want her because before I left, literally right before I left, it was impossible for me to even do any book. People were scared to have me in their clubs. If they thought if we put her here, she's gonna shoot somebody. That's how people was thinking. So you have to set up an image.
It's almost like when you the real ones, you gotta downplay it. Mm-hmm. I got in the industry. I'll tell you what they call Steve Rifkin. 20 different people that we admire, telling them please don't sign him. He's an extorter, a robber, whatever. Right? Don't let him in the industry. So I actually used to play like when I first got in the game because I knew everybody was scared. So I was like, hey, trying. And I'm watching the soft rappers beating up, throwing them down the stairs. I'm like, oh my God,
Joe, I just want you to know
what's going on here?
You play terrible. I just want you to know that. You did a horrible job at playing throughout the year.
Hey, yo, let me tell you something. I'm telling you.
I've heard stories of DJs getting thrown in vans.
Nobody tried Joe. I done seen Joe outside Clue House by himself.
I don't know what you talking about playing
Joe
pussy.
went everywhere by himself. He did everything.
See, and this is why I feel like some of this, what happened with my situation, is these guys' fault. There was no way that I was supposed to end up with the rappers. That's what I was supposed to do. It would have been a little bit better. There was no way. They were supposed to put me with these maniacs.
A balance.
Yeah.
And that's terrible because Pun was the same way, right? I was the youngest in my house, So I never had a younger brother, and he never had a bigger brother. So we clicked, and the first day he was like, once he seen, I was like, oh my God, I was hype on him. He was like, he knew he had an army instantly. He was like, you know what? I don't like the over there around Soundsview. I don't like these guys over here. Like, yo, he was like, he was like hype. He knew exactly how he was gonna utilize us, and he was bananas, you know. And Pun was a genius, but like common sense, he wasn't as bright. So like he was doing shit. I used to go up in his house. Hated me, man. Niggas hated me.
He was the fun killer.
His
He come and kill the fun.
There's 40 dudes all in his house. We don't know him. There's machine guns all over and all that. I'm like, yo, everybody
get out.
Go!
What is this?
Get out of here. Like, when you know, I'm throwing out the house. I'm like telling Pun. I sat down with Pun one time, right? And I said, yo, Pun, bro, you're going to go to jail, but for 1,000 years. No. Serious. I was like, 1,000 years you're going to jail for. I promise you. He looked at me right in my eyes and said, yo, twin, they got jails with pools for guys like us. I looked at him, I was like, oh my God, this guy's going down.
Who used to calm you down, Joe? Because we hear stories of you calming people down, but who used to calm you down? Because I heard Nori on Tax Season podcast, and he talked about the Rockefeller Terror Squad fight.
I don't know what you're talking about. Come on, Charlamagne.
Come on.
Come on, stop, Charlamagne. Come on, stop.
I think with Joe,
we're in a positive.
Once he got into like a different tax bracket and realized being nice gets you more money.
Well, they sued me.
He was like,
you're right. And they sued me 10 times in 1 year. Jeez. 80,000, 60,000, 50,000. Like, dudes was coming out. It was almost like a gimmick. It was like, yo, go. You know how you remember how you watch the newspaper every week and you see Mike Tyson sued again?
Right.
It wasn't his fault. They come and say, your mother's a lesbian. You're a sucker. I'm like, brother, we're both born equal. Your grandmother. Like, I'd be like, oh no, we dancing on him. As soon as I dance on him, I'm locked up. His lawyer contacts my lawyer, y'all, let's settle this. I mean, 10 times in a row. And I realized, I said, oh, these guys, they know I'm rich. I'm getting baited. I'm getting suckered into these.
Licking sneakers and extending Ferraris.
No, they was like, yo, this guy's the lick. He's guaranteed to swing on us. It's going down. So I just realized, like, oh, no, we're not going to win with this. Right? I said, we're not going to win with this. So I had to calm it down. And then me also bringing up Remy, bringing up Pun, bringing up Tony Sunshine was crazier than anybody.
Tony Sunshine? He was crazy. What?
Singer.
R&B killer for real. He was crazy.
Man, they threw us out of Battery Studio. He threw the gun in the engineer's head. He was crazy, though.
Tony Sunshine was crazy.
Like Tony Sunshine, God forbid he would have got massively rich. He went to jail for like a massacre. Like, get him! Like, I'm like, yo, he was quick to be like, yo, just the R&B. He had a song, My Fofo. He was my gun, I love my. It was crazy, all of them, and I had to deal with these wild guys, like everybody, like it was just wild.
Why is Remy the only black artist you ever signed?
Armageddon's black.
Yeah.
We started. Yeah.
Joe is black. Okay, let's just be clear.
Well, to be honest with you, Joe, I grew up in a project. Forest Project, shout out my brothers, man, everybody. My projects was maybe 90% black, right? 85% of the girls I went out with when I was growing up was black. It's almost like you seen a pack of Black Panthers with the one white panther with them.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it was my whole life. You know, it wasn't until I got older that I started understanding my Latino side of me. You understand what I'm saying? So this is why, it is what it is, man. I tell them, one time a guy said, well, why do you like to use the N-word? I said, because I'm blacker than you. You're like a black white guy. Yeah. Like, what are you talking about, me? Like, and it's So with music, I came out digging in the Craze Crew, you know, I don't know what to tell you. I know I'm definitely.
Like I said, Fat Joe is black.
I'm pro.
Well, he
Let me
just
tell you
speaks
something.
Spanish.
I'm
his last name is
pro-Latino.
Cartagena.
Cartagena, and I'm pro-Latino. I'm Cuban. I'm Puerto Rican, and I love my culture, and I support it 1,000,000%. But, you know, I'm for everybody, man, to be honest with you.
There you have it. Well, let's get into the record right now. You want to introduce the record, guys?
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Boys and girls. I think I need to understand what's about to happen right now. Get very used to hearing the song and the ones that's coming behind it, because we've been trying to tell you guys for a minute now that we the realest. It does not get more realer than Remy Ma and Fat Joe when it comes to this rap situation. On records and off the records. We try to be nice to people, but it don't get no realer than this.
Mm-hmm.
When we tell y'all we deliver, we deliver. Joe, I mean, would you like to tell them?
It's a brand you could trust. I'm talking to Far Rockaway, Sheep's Head Bay, Coney Island. I'm talking to Harlem, 145th. We talking Uptown, Edenwald. We talking Yonkers. We talking Mount Vernon. We talking the whole South Bronx. We talking Queens. We talking, get ready for this thing. The city's about to collapse.
It's a problem for y'all too. It's a problem.
Oh, no, it's a big
problem
thing.
in Miami, Atlanta. This is a problem. Like Texas, like
Miami. What's up?
Chicago, like y'all, this is what y'all need to hear.
Miami,
know.
what's
LA,
up?
Okay.
Hey, yo, so everybody out there all over, get ready for this thing. This is straight pandemonium. We all the way up. All the way up. Shout out Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, everybody. Oh, man, that Papoose just screaming Brooklyn.
Let's get into
Knickerbocker Avenue, all my people out there in Brooklyn, I love y'all. Staten Island, let's do it. Jersey, Connecticut, the whole planet Earth. This is a phenom pandemonium. Get ready for your 3-year-old daughter to sing. I'm all the way up.
When's the album dropping?
She wants to debate me. I want to drop it first week in June. She has another day for us.
Yeah.
What you thinking, Rem?
I'm thinking a little bit more like in October.
That late? Nah, that's too late.
No.
I'm telling y'all.
She did 6 years. 6 years.
I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. When he doesn't understand this.
Nah.
You say that because all you heard was All the Way Up.
Right?
That's why you're saying that.
So it's a winter album is what you're saying.
When I tell you it's not we don't have a hit record. We have a hit album. Like every song, when we went in there, we went in with the mindset that every song is gonna be crazy, and that's what happened. Like it's to the point that we don't know what song. Like it was All the Way Up is crazy, and that was like maybe we shouldn't go with that one. It should be something else. That's how crazy it is, and I want people to understand that we need to get back, and I want him to understand that too. We're not one of those people that come out with a high record and that's it, and we ride out and you be like, oh, I wonder if they have another one waiting. What's gonna happen? That's not us. Like at all, period. My catalog is crazy. His catalog is crazy. I would like to build that. I don't want people to miss this by jumping on waves and just like
maybe July.
Why not July?
Stop. I'll give you a month.
April.
Pat, let's talk about
because
this.
It's March.
Nah, we need to get this money. Let's get that money. We need to get that money, man.
All right.
You asked me, we take it too long.
The album is done, but I have to do 2 more verses on a song, 2 songs that he just decided to add later. We have at least 3 albums. I want you to know every day he has another idea.
Shout out my brother Kent Jones, my favorite rapper coming up in the game right now.
Be singing slash rap. He's dope.
Shout out anybody, anybody took from me and none is anybody owe me money. Swear to God. Swear to God.
It'll make more sense when y'all hear the song. That'll make more sense. For everybody who's just thinking Joe's having an epileptic fit, I just want it'll make more sense later.
When you hear it, you'll know.
We gonna when the album when it's time for the album to come out, it's gonna come out. We're gonna pick the perfect time.
Well,
so
at least
far,
a mixtape first.
No, man, the album
man.
ready to go. She bugging out.
Springtime,
Don't worry about it. We're gonna talk about this.
They got some big singles.
Hold on, is Papo down?
Don't even bring it up because I've been getting hit in my head. I be like, yo, so I sat there and watched this whole thing happen, and nobody let me touch that booth. I see what's going on here. But what's so crazy is really just me and Joe.
You hating?
Like, no, seriously.
Montana's on your song.
It's really just me and Joe.
We
like,
got
no lie.
Ty Dolla $ign on the album.
Like,
you put Ty Dolla $ign on that track?
No, but we don't mean it like that. Come on, Av.
Like, be clear. Like, me and Pap have our own thing on. Like, the whole the Mackie situation is crazy. Like, when we get together, we have a wonderful
like when y'all
project.
make songs together. Or when y'all do
it's a
BET
process.
together.
You don't understand. He tortures me.
No,
Like, this
but
guy,
But you and Rem is a different
guy,
energy though. Like it's a different energy.
It's totally different from when I'm with Joe and from when I'm with Pap. I'm actually 2 different people when I'm with them. Like they both try to boss me around. I don't know what happened. I guess after I came, everybody thinks I'm soft now. They both just like try to mishandle me, crazy me, boss me around.
Make sure she get home safely.
It's crazy.
We're trying to make sure she gets home safely.
He pulled up on me the other day. He goes, "You go home, right? That's where you're going, right? You're leaving, right? You're not going anywhere else."
Boots had a show. She came out. She
Pap
was
is
looking
in.
nice.
Pap is not in
She
the
in the
state.
car. She was vibing too much. She like had Luther Vandross on. So I said, "Hold up." I said, "Yo, Ram, hold up. Pull over." I was like, "Yo, Ram." She was like, "Yes." It's like, you are going absolutely home. But I mean direct, right? You got GPS and that thing. She's like, "Yeah, I am." "You sure?" No lefts, no rights, straight home. She was like, "Yeah, I'm going home." Jumped on the highway. She went home.
It's just something strange when you roll over at 3 a.m. and your husband's talking to Fat Joe on the phone. Just like, yo, what is happening here?
You gotta make sure.
Something is going on. Like they are working against me. But like I said, it's
You wanna know why
it's a
what we
wonderful
haven't
thing.
been talking about, and I gotta give a shout out to my brother Khaled, is they.
Yeah.
They don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you win. They don't want to see you make money. They want to see you back there. So we're going to do everything in our power.
They got to all the way chill, because that's not happening. They will get parked.
There's been a lot of forgiveness in your life, though, Joe, because Pap, Rem, 50. Like, you know, you think that comes with wisdom, age, what?
Nah, it's never been. I've never been an abuser. I've never been. I love peace more than war. I mean, believe me, I came up on violence, and you know, it's sad to say, but I enjoy it sometimes.
We know, Joe. It's well
You know what I'm
documented.
saying? Nah, but I'm just saying, I prefer peace over war any day. Any day, I prefer peace. If I could go to Israel and Palestine and broker that thing, I'll go broker that thing.
But
like,
actually,
I'm about
if you
peace,
think about
man.
some of the older people, me, Pat 50, like these weren't people that like it wasn't like murder one beef, like, oh, you did something to somebody in my family or something crazy. Like it was things that I think weren't that serious. But being the people that we are, that take everything to the butt crack, like, and there's just no turning back, I think that's why it was escalated into the situations that they became. But when you really get down to the root of them, it was never no real. Nobody ever robbed him at gunpoint or did something to his family members or something like that. And it's easier once you get older to forgive people and to work things out with people when you realize, like, yo, yeah, that was some bull. I was wilding. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you do that, and that does, I believe, come with wisdom. And it also comes with, like he said, nobody want to beef all day. Nobody wants to walk out of their crib all day, every day, making sure, oh, if I run into this one, I'm going to have to do this. So it's like, it's cool when you could just walk out, you just good. You know, you don't got no problems with nobody. Nobody don't got no problems with you. And it's just a good feeling.
Nice
you just
peace
go out
of
and get
mind.
this
It's
money.
just a different time in hip hop too. Like, so
Y'all almost don't fit in. Even though y'all been here, y'all almost don't fit into what's out
Going
here
on?
now. Yeah.
that's a very good point. I don't think nobody who came up around my time and definitely around Rem's time still makes music that goes with what's going on today. So it was really, really hard to produce this album. Shout out Cool and Dre once again. Infrared. It was really, really hard to make our fans happy and be like, yeah, they back, they hot, but at the same time catch this young wave that's going on. Because I'm in a strip club, they pickers and bookers and pickers and bookers and pickers and bookers. And niggas like, yo, pickers and bookers. And I'm like, yo, this got me f***ed up. Like all the way. I'm sitting in there like, I got to grab the hookah. I don't even smoke. I'm like, all right, how we going to make these move to our shit?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to be like Breaking Bad, the guy, the chemist. I had to figure out this marriage. And it's hard. That's why it's not
You
a
always
lot
have,
of...
though. You always have.
This was hardest. It's a whole different thing going on out there.
Why
bro.
even try to appease the new guys, though?
I want to appease everybody. I want to put
Everybody,
number
right.
ones up across the board. That's what I do it for. Fat Joe, personally, he tries to hit a home run every time.
Right.
If I didn't, I'll take it on the chin. I'll tell you, I failed. I thought that was a hit. We lost. Right? It's me every time. I'm going for a home run. That's how I play the game. I don't play safe.
All right.
A lot of rappers, they try to act like, nah, I'm conscious right now. I'm not knowing you can't make a hit. Like, cut it out. Put one out.
I disagree though. I feel like a lot of what I listen to different stuff like with my nephew who I hang out with. Shouts a young gay and my son. And I listen to what they listen to. They don't listen to half of the stuff that's played on the radio. They're like on the internet and they listening to all type like it's this kid. And I think he's not even alive. This kid, Young Pappy, that my son listens to all the time. He's from Chicago. When I tell you some of the Chicago artists,
Chicago music big influence.
When I tell you that music, I'm gonna give you a couple of people to listen to.
They're killing.
You'll
Chicago's
feel
a
it.
big
No,
influence.
they literally
Especially for
killing.
him.
They're killing, yeah.
But when I tell you
they're
like
killing
it's dope, like, and it's not even nothing that you hear. And when
Chicago,
I go,
one of my favorite
and I listen
cities
to,
in the
I look
world,
at their
man.
views. Their views is crazy. You'll
Yeah.
never hear any of this, but this is the music that the younger people are listening
Right.
to. They not like, guided by people that, this is what's on the radio, so this is what's hot. They pick what song they like and they run with it. So I could definitely say it's making a transition low key. It's definitely making the transition to where you're hearing more people that's like talking about real life stuff. Like even people like, and I was talking about it yesterday, even people like Future, if you really listen to what he's saying,
Oh, absolutely.
like he's not talking like no bubble gum walk down, like he's talking something real. Like, and then there was like, I think even where people would like say, shout out to Bobby Smurda. I hope everything works out for him. He's a great
Love
kid.
Bobby
Every time
Shmurda.
I
Yo,
see him,
hold
he's
your
happy.
head, my brother.
I want him to come home.
Hold your
But
head, bro.
He was able to take the sound that people are doing now, and it sounds
And
like
marriage.
everything he's talking about sounds like Brooklyn.
Right.
Like he was able to do that. So I feel like the way you have to do it now is you take your style and what you used to, what you're doing, and you just transition it so that it gives the vibe and the feel of what everybody else is doing. And I think that's what we was able to do.
Now there's
with
going to be
Blockbuster
some
Flomo.
guys with 10X Pelés on, skinny with 10X bellies, the hat that don't fit on his
Shout out
head.
to Pele Pele.
Belt buckle showing, to talking about you ain't keeping it. I come on the gram, I'm Balmain Dow, Givenchy, yo, Joe. What's up with the baggy pants, bro? Yo, get the f- I wish I could smack these guys sometimes. Like,
I keep
God.
you know
telling
what I mean?
him.
Like, we just adapt.
If he lets me take control of his Instagram
music.
for a day, he won't have these problems no more. People don't come on my page talking nothing crazy. It's the fair warning. Everyone knows you're getting blocked. I'm gonna take paps from him. I'm gonna block you for
She
this
throw
phone.
block parties.
I throw block parties all the time. All the haters are invited. But
You
no,
do it too?
All the
sometimes
time.
if you get too crazy
All the
though,
time.
I'll respond to you, say something dumb crazy, and then erase it, and then block
And then
you.
block you
I
so
just
you
want
can't respond.
I just want you to stay there long enough so you can see it. Now get out of here before I violate you.
That's
If
got to
you-
get frustrating, though. I see Joe sometimes be like, yo, you would never talk to me like that face to
They
face.
would never talk. No, I can't lie to
This
you.
era that we live
I
in
can't
now-
catch beef.
No,
like
this era that we
go
live in now has
places,
people thinking
I don't
that they
want
can
it.
say
I'm
whatever they
positive,
want.
but I don't know the last person beef with. Like, I'm get happy if you want to beef.
Yeah.
Like, I go, hey Joe, hey, love me, hey. I don't know where these people at.
Listen,
I'm
to
sure
me.
all of us
When
know
I'm
no
on the
one's ever
internet-
come up to you and said the things that they say on there
Ever,
in real
never,
life, in person, to your
ever.
face.
Never.
But all my
ever.
fans
I
are
don't
kind of
care.
crazy like me. So my fans are something like, excuse me, so at so and so. You would never say that to her ever
these
again.
people
Please get off her page before I personally find you. I'll be like, yes. I don't have
I don't
to
know
say
where these
anything
people
this
are.
time.
I'm in the Bronx every day. I'm in Harlem every day. It's still no security here. I don't know if you guys noticed this.
I'm sorry.
I be icy
I
all
travel with
day.
security. I've learned my lesson.
You have to, though, to
I'm
protect,
sorry.
to protect people from you.
I'm sorry. I beg to
we gotta
differ.
protect people from you.
Exactly.
Okay? She come in the club the other day. She's like, "Yo, get these from behind me now."
For real.
Yo,
I
gotta
like,
move.
yo,
I
get them
didn't
outta
even notice
here.
they were behind her. Yo,
Uncle,
by the way,
get
Rem,
them
they
from
came
behind.
with
Oh,
you.
those girls
Like,
right
yeah,
there.
like-
They're
with
trying.
you, Rem.
They're trying to inch into this section. As soon as they step over that last tile right there, I want them out of here. because
Remy sitting there, some girls come through. She's like, "Oh no, they
They gotta go because
They not here right
what
now.
people do is they know like it's certain people based on like you see them in interviews and you hear their music. You kind of got a feel of what type of person you're dealing with. So people purposely place themselves in your vicinity and waiting for you to do something to them. So no lie, I promise you, I've had somebody what. We kill people in Brooklyn. You ain't the only one went to jail. We catch cases over here. You crazy shorty. I'm like, all right, ma, you got it. I believe you. It's okay.
I don't want
It's
no
cool.
problems.
I don't want any problems. Yeah, that's right. You don't want no problems because you know what it is.
No, we
seconds
don't
later,
know what it is.
2 seconds later, something happens. She's at the, oh my God, someone attacked me. I don't know what happened. I'm like, These are the same
Oh no,
people.
that's the kings and
the same
queens
people
of
that get crazy. So
yo, there's a wild
now, I
African
don't even
out
want
here
you near
right
me.
now.
Oh, the other
The other night we came out the club. It's like a
Yo,
Nigerian.
it was crazy.
Yo, Cock Diesel dude. Yo,
Crazy.
I want to rap this. I understand he sees us on TV and stuff like that in Africa, but he can. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be around. I'm like, oh my God, I think they haven't advised him. Like he hasn't seen the
was really out
fine
of
print the
control.
Surgeon General requires of what happens to guys like this. Right? I'm sitting there. I'm like, Ram, come on, let's get in the car. No, I have to talk to somebody. I want to get. I'm like, they're about to dance.
Meanwhile,
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah.
Meanwhile, he's going.
I'm
This
like,
guy's going crazy. Pap is like this. I'm watching Pap slowly turn into the Papoose from Nasserim Madrid. I'm watching Joe slowly turn into Fat Joe with the shot. He was the logo kid. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm getting in my car because this is about to get
No, we
crazy.
gotta go.
Let me leave. Please,
But
can
he
y'all
was just
just leave?
over aggressively. Don't know how to express himself and show love.
Yeah.
So we spoke to him, we showed him love, and we left. But you know, it's a wild
You
African.
just never
out
know
here.
nowadays.
Like,
man.
no,
You don't know if they're from before.
A couple of years back, it would have went a very different way, and I love to see the growth in both of these guys that I love dearly. But like I said, I have to get people out of my area because people purposely do things to you, warning you. They're trying to provoke you
Yeah,
to do
we ain't giving
something
a fuck
so that they
about
can
them
get a nice
niggas.
little
I just
check.
want
And
to tell
it's
you
not cool.
that this interview beat all records. I didn't. Last time Fat Joe had the record, y'all got the record this time.
Remy
Wasn't
and
I?
Joe, we
I
did-
was
we
number
won the
3. I
record.
looked it up.
Yes.
You was number 1 with the longest interview. Then I think.
Is that a good or
Jay,
bad thing?
then
That's a
it was
good
me.
thing. It's a good thing.
No,
When
you-
people
you
say
beat it
Fat
again.
Joe, people say I give great. Our interview was a classic.
Absolutely, without question.
This one's
This is a
past
classic too. This.
Absolutely.
And then you
Yeah.
have guys like Nori. Nori will be like, my interview got to be better than Fat Joe. I want to be better than
What?
Fat Joe. I
He
want to be
does
longer
not
than Fat
say
Joe.
that. Don't
yes,
even-
he does.
He doesn't say better
Nori
than
wants
Fat
to have
Joe.
the best
Listen,
interviews. Absolutely.
I want to tell y'all about the CNN thug of the world. He loves wine and fancy restaurants. This guy picks me up, takes me to Patoué, I'm like, yo, Remy, what they let niggas like you in the, we'll have the Merlot 69. What's up with the militainment?
Annoying.
Yo, man. yo. You know, everybody, you know, we do our thing, man. I want to shout out Terrell, you know. Once again, happy birthday, Infrared. That's my brother. I work with Infrared. Infrared actually came up with the hook to the song. Cool and Dre, executive producing the album. It is what it is.
Know where I
man.
might be going? I think I'm going to South Carolina this weekend.
What?
Yeah.
We was there last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anytime I go to any of the Carolinas, I think of Charlamagne.
Right.
It's crazy.
Oh, no, I
man.
had Remy in the woods.
I was
like
like,
in the deep
Sticks.
woods, one club, no lights, no nothing.
He was like, I just want to warn you of where you're going. I was like,
Is the
I'm
fat
fine.
guy still the program director down there?
Yes, Chris
You remember
Collins.
the fat guy?
Yeah.
That's my man. I love that guy.
We on that station now. We on
No, he was
103.9.
on a diet with me, man.
Yeah, we on the
He's on
station
the
out
diet.
He's
there.
on a diet with me, the fat guy. It's
Hey,
cool.
yo,
That's
I
right.
love, like, everybody, I want to tell y'all, this is syndicated. Everybody who ever supported me, Remy, Pun, like, I love y'all. I want to
Right,
see y'all on the
thank you.
road every time I go over there. You know, anywhere I go, whether it's like, I know G-Spin from Boston, hanging out with him in the Italian restaurant in Boston. Like, it's so many relationships we grew up with, and we see people floating all over. Because y'all the only guys, really not y'all, because y'all super winning. You too. But the music business, the only thing I compare to like athletes. Like they'll come wake a guy up and be like, yo, you're being shipped to Oklahoma today. You're on 103 Jams, Oklahoma. Nigga be like, what? I'm the king of Philly. What are you talking about? Nigga be like, you wake up, you go to Philly, you go, all right, calm him down. I go calm him down, right? Fat Joe come through, yo, calm him down. Yo, all right, yo. Nah, it's gonna be all right. Don't worry, Boston don't get that cold. It's below zero. Next thing you know, hey, I'm in Miami now, Joe. Y'all like athletes, man. They come knock on the door. You've been traded.
Me and Envy always been in New York though.
Have it left in New York.
God bless.
That's right.
All right.
Well, there you have it. It's
South
Fat
Carolina,
Joe,
Philly.
Remy
Yeah.
Ma. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Every weekday morning. Tune in